Oh boy, another Christmas card with a photo of my friend, her kids, her grandkids. Of course I'm happy for her, but I'd be lying if I didn't admit that it hurts my heart to look at them. It comes around every year, the Christmas holidays. There's no way to avoid it. For lots of people, it's a special season filled with love and joy. As a woman who's experienced abortion and who has no living children, it's not exactly like that for me. It can be lonely, and it hurts. Now, I'm in my late 60s, so I have a lot of holidays under my belt. In this video, I'll share the best ways I've found to cope with the holidays when you've had an abortion, no matter how long ago it was. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the sounds of good old-fashioned Christmas carols, eating all the goodies, and I can't wait to open presents on Christmas morning. Now that I'm married to Bill, there are lots of moments when I feel loved and very blessed. But it's when I open Christmas cards or watch the kids' Christmas program at church that sadness can take over and spoil such a special, blessed time of year. Without much extended family, my gift list is pretty short. And at least I don't have to keep up with the latest video games, toys, and style trends. And I guess it's a blessing not to spend a lot of money or time shopping and wrapping gifts. But still, I miss a lot. I wonder about my 3 children, who would be adults by now. Would we celebrate the holidays together? Would my grandkids be excited to visit Grandma, open gifts, and eat cookies together? See what I mean? I can get lost in regret and sadness if I'm not careful. So here's some of the best strategies that help me cope with the holidays and even enjoy them. Ready? Here's the first one, the best one, I think. Think and plan ahead. That's it? That's the best you got, Jane? After my abortions, all I could picture for the holidays are loneliness, regret, and what I'd be missing. I'd stop there, give up, and settle for the annual misery. That's what I did for years and years. Honestly, I think it was a way I punished myself. If I didn't have the kids and grandkids I longed for, why did I even deserve happiness? Why? Because no matter what I did, even 3 abortions, there's always potential for a good full life. I don't have to sacrifice Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, my birthday, and abort the rest of my life too. Now, even though there's no way to change the past, there is a way to put it behind me and create the best life and holidays this year and for the rest of my life. And that's true for you too. But to do that, you need to take control of yourself and make a plan. So take some time after this video to answer this question. What's my plan for Christmas? Or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or the New Year's? What enjoyable, nurturing things can you do instead of sitting in the dark, crying, and rehashing your mistakes and regrets? Who could you spend time with to fill some of the empty space in your heart? I've planned ahead this year and got 2 tickets for a concert at a local church because I love Christmas music and holiday decorations. I've invited my friend Pam, and we're going to grab dinner ahead of time. This year, for the first time, I'll volunteer with Wreaths Across America. I'll be one of thousands placing wreaths all over the country on the headstones of our deceased veterans. We're supposed to say the service member's name out loud to honor their memory. It'll only be for a few hours, but I'll be doing something worthwhile, getting out of my head, giving love, even though it's to people I've never met. Now, it's just going to be Bill and me on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And I've started the tradition of making beef stroganoff. And then we go to the candlelight service at church, and we come home and open presents and eat Christmas cookies and ice cream. And on Christmas Day, I'm planning to make this yummy, cheesy breakfast casserole and serve it to us with the permission to eat as many cinnamon rolls as we can. And I've already looked ahead to see what movies are premiering on Christmas Day. And we're going to binge on popcorn all afternoon. Those are 2 days, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, when I rely on comfort food. Now, it's not a good thing to make that a steady practice, like I used to do with food and booze. But on these days, I make an exception for food because as a recovering alcoholic, I don't drink alcohol. So it'll be Diet Pepsi and Club Soda only. Now, you may be thinking, that's great, Jane, but I don't have a husband or a boyfriend. And I get you. There were lots of years I spent alone after my abortions and my divorce. I never made a plan for the holiday season back then. So I could look forward to nothing more than long days to dread and get through. So what if you don't have close friends or family? Well, my sweet sister, clearly you need to make some changes in the new year. And I cover that in this video. But you have the holidays coming up now, and the question is still the same. What's your plan? One thing you can do on your own is to find a church service and go to it. When I was single, I'd go to midnight mass down the street. Sometimes I'd even go back for the morning service too. Did my sadness and loneliness stop instantly? No. But I do believe with all my heart that God felt my loneliness and listened to my prayers. Now, what else is part of a good self-care plan for the holidays? What do you love to do? Movies, ice skating, walking, reading, baking, cooking, gaming? Why not grab a Starbucks, browse the aisles at Barnes & Noble, and buy a book you'll love? If it's uncomfortable to eat alone, treat yourself and order takeout from a special restaurant. If you love puzzles, get one and spread it out on the floor of the kitchen table and challenge yourself. Here's the point. You already know that doing the same thing, expecting different results, is not just insanity, it's worthless. Don't settle this year. Get back in charge of your life. It's time. Now, I want to switch gears for a moment and speak to the women who've had abortions and have living children. Especially if your abortion was more recent, it might be hard to allow yourself to get fully into the holidays. Understand that you're grieving, whether anyone knows it or not. The love you have for your kids and grandkids can't fill the gap for the child you've lost through abortion or miscarriage or stillbirth. Missing your aborted child is normal. It's a sign of the love you have for all your children. So what if you put aside time, grab a coffee or hot chocolate, and talk to your child about what you're feeling? At some point every Christmas Eve, I talk to Anne, James, and Jane, my 3 children. I imagine that we're all together. I tell them I love and miss them. In earlier years, I pictured them as babies, and then later on as young children and teenagers. And now I imagine how they might be as adults with kids of their own. It's going to hurt. But know that every moment you're hurting, you're healing, and the only way out is through. Now, because there's so many women who've had abortions, would you share this video? You never know how it will help your sister or your friend, maybe even your mom. These ideas can be helpful to women heartbroken through miscarriage or stillbirth too. This holiday season, I'm praying for all of us who've experienced child loss, that we welcome the hope and peace of Jesus Christ and enjoy moments of love and joy.